Hello, people of the internet. This is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching another part of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on impossible difficulty. Previously on Knights of the Old Republic, we liberated Kashyyyk, we completed the planet, rescued Zalbar himself, who had been taken prisoner by his own brother Shundar, and killed Shundar, whose name I can never decide how to pronounce, but we killed Shundar and got rid of Zerka on the planet, so their influence is now completely gone. Kashyyyk has been liberated back to a peaceful planet for Wookiees only, and Freya, who is Zalbar and Shundar's father, he was rescued from being insane in the Shadowlands, and he is now back to ruling the planet in a peaceful manner. And now, it has been absolutely ages since I last played this game for a variety of reasons, but I feel like playing it again, so let's get straight into this. I do have a plan for what I want to do in this part, but before I make my move to the next planet, I want to talk to Bastila and Canderous mainly, so let's do that.
How can I help?
I'd like to talk about what you said before, about giving in to your emotions.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I'm no master. You should have remained with the Council.
But if we had done that, there wouldn't have been a game. Why do you say that?
The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly.
You're doing your best, I'm sure.
That's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
You're being too hard on yourself.
That's a kinder response than I deserve. And I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before. And you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the Council sent us on this mission together.
Ooh, this is implying something romantic. Let's be cheesy about this. We're made for each other, Bastila. You have to see that.
I need time to think about all this. They're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Oh, come on, Bastila. We could do it right here in the cockpit. It's the perfect place for a romantic thing. We could do it in front of Karth, he won't mind. Anyway, let's go and speak to Canderous and get back to talking about manly things. Hello, Canderous.
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me more about the Mandalorian Wars.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
If Revan had not stopped you, someone else would have.
There was no one else. The entire Republic had committed its forces behind Revan. The Sith had retreated back to their empire, and there were none else strong enough to challenge us. It looked like the entire galaxy was within our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
But you eventually lost.
Yeah, we lost. But there is no shame in it. We lost to the greatest single warrior the Republic has ever known. It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
There was some creative liberties taken with the subtitles there, BioWare. Did you decide to change the dialogue slightly when it came to recording? Who knows? Let's be incredibly silly and say something that we all know as Star Wars fans isn't true. The Republic will always prevail.
Don't be naive. The Republic is not invincible. This battle was the end of the war one way or another. It was what we had wanted all along in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Isn't it really sadistic that Canderous' favourite moment of his entire life is being involved in a massive, brutal war when loads of people were killed and slaughtered and enslaved and basically ruined forever? I find it slightly odd that Canderous basically mourns his warmongering past. But I believe I can talk to him again about the Mandalorian War, so let's give it a try.
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me more about the Mandalorian Wars.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
There must not have been many of you left.
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
And that explains why the Mandalorians we faced in the game are essentially thugs. Canderous was able to retain his sense of Mandalorian honor, whilst the rest of them seemingly went down a path of rather brutal patheticness. At least that's my interpretation of it. At least that's what I think the game is trying to tell me. And you eventually came to Taris.
Yeah, I came to Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
I am honoured.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
And that's Canderous talked to. So now is the time to make a move with the plot and decide where we are going to go for our third planet. And if we take a look at the galaxy map, we've got a number of things that I desperately need to do before carrying on with the main plot. However, I do need to go to another planet to trigger some stuff there and before I can do some side quests. So what I'm going to do is go to Manaan, and then before we do too much on this planet, we're going to visit a few of the older planets we've already been to, because we're going to set up a particular strand of side quests. Let's proceed.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
It looked like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
And we're on Manaan, which is one of 3 new planets that was made specifically for Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm pretty sure this game was their first appearance. So the 3 new planets are Taris, Manaan, and another planet whose name I won't mention, but I'm fairly certain that all of those planets made their first appearance in this game. So let's leave the Ebon Hawk, and we're not going to be on Manaan for very long, apart from triggering one set of side quests and maybe a few discussions with certain people. So I'm going to take Karth and who should I take with me? Let's take Jolie, why not? Yep, that's fine. Those of you who are familiar with Knights of the Old Republic may see a few subtle differences on this planet. Once again, I have downloaded a high resolution texture mod, although I do not know if it was intentional by the modder or if it's a minor glitch with my mod setup, but the doors are transparent. But in a way it kind of has an effective look to it, so I'm getting the impression that it was intentional. So let's level Karth up, because it's been a while since I've actually used him. So, yep, treat injury is fine. He's got 2 feet, so we might as well start just giving him sniper shot. Why not? Yep, that's fine. Attributes. It's given him quite a lot of strength. I think I should just focus on dexterity, seeing as I've built him up as a ranged character. Feats, yeah, just finish off the sniper shot tree. Oh, and another level up. I think this might be the last one, or there might be one more, but I'm fairly certain this is the last one. Let's just give him the, give him some focus in swords as well. And let's see. Oh yeah, I'm already wearing stuff. That's cool. Right, let's go through here then.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic Senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The Senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
It's alright.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself. As you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
Why did the Sith upset you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manaan. Pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
The Sith and the Republic coexisting peacefully? Wow, relatively.
Peacefully? Not hardly. Just look in their eyes. You can see they'd like nothing more than to kill each and every one of us. Personal-like.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do, though. The Selkath want to maintain their neutrality, and they enforce it very strictly. So, we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe KotOR export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
What is KotOR?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what KotOR is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that KotOR is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what KotOR bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
The Republic and Sith both stay here.
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling KotOR to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of KotOR on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Have you seen an ancient star map?
A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
You do catch on quick, though. Why are there Sith on Manaan?
Well, for the KotOR, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place. To explore KotOR.
Why haven't they joined the Republic, the Selkath?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling KotOR to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of KotOR on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Never mind, I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
No, you're going to have to repeat those instructions again. I'm not going to remember all of that. But yeah, this Republic soldier's interesting. He's actually quite fleshed out for a random NPC that you just happen to meet. And he's going to disappear from the game forever, but that's usually what happens anyway. So let's go down this way, because that way leads us to nothing. And there's a merchant here, which is right. Oh, hello. Oh, something's triggered. Awesome.
Carth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your friend here, eh? How's it going?
Well, don't just assume it was me. Nice to meet you, Jordo.
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
My boy? You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban, though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustle anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Karth. Hope everything works out with Dustle.
Dustle is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him.
Are you sure that's wise?
I don't know. I don't know why Dustle would be with the Sith, but I have to find out. There's simply no choice. All this time I thought he was... I mean, he must be a man by now.
Well, that was interesting. Karth, how do you feel about that?
What do you need?
Do you want to talk?
Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustle. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Well, you're going to be waiting a while, Karth, because we're not going to go to Korriban for quite some time. So we'll eventually find Dustle, just not right now. What do you have to say? Oh, and this is how the Selkath sound, by the way. So yeah, the Selkath sound incredibly like if you were to drink water and not swallow it, and you just attempted to speak with water in your mouth and then was also throwing up at the same time. That's how the Selkath sound. Tell me about Otto City. Tell me about Manaan. Let me see your inventory. Yeah, I know a lot of people who have played the Knights of the Old Republic games are not very big fans of the Selkath. At least a, small amount of players aren't big fans of the Selkath. And that's understandable, and particularly when you get a whole bunch of Selkath talking with each other, it gets ridiculous. Oh, Jolee wants to talk to me. Even though he has joined your group, Jolee remains a somewhat mysterious character. Maybe you should speak to him about why he chose to come with you. Okay then.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Oh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
I personally find Jolee funnier than HK-47, but that's just my personal preference. If you don't want to answer the question, old man, just say so.
How impatient can one person be? You must have driven your mother mad. All that gurgling and fussing. Babies are cute, but annoying. You remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children. With blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
I never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Does this story have a point, old man?
Does it have to have a point? I thought we were just talking about Andor. Something wrong with your attention span? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it.
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
And what does that have to do with you coming with me?
Well, hey, the chances may not be great, but when one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime... Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Jolie's conversations are the best. There are loads of them in the game, but each one is usually a hilarious anecdote of his past. So, oh hello. Who's this? Deadeye Duncan? The greatest non-playable character in the entirety of Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, this is one of the reasons why I downloaded the Restoration mod, just to see Deadeye Duncan again. Right, let's talk to you.
Hey, stranger. Mysterious stranger. Wow, look at you. A Jedi. No wonder I could never beat you. It's me, Duncan. Deadeye Duncan, from the dueling arena on Taris, remember?
How did you escape Taris, Deadeye Duncan? I remember.
I'm glad to see you made it off Taris alive. Things were pretty bad when the Sith started their bombardment. But I guess getting off the planet would be easy for a Jedi, huh? Oh, there was a handful of us who made it out. The lucky ones. I survived by breaking into the military base, overpowering a dozen Sith soldiers, and stealing one of their own ships.
Yeah, right. Why don't you tell me what really happened? You couldn't even overpower me in the Taris dueling arena.
Well, when the bombing started, the Sith sent down a bunch of autopiloted ships to evacuate soldiers from the planet. I saw one and I figured it was a rescue ship, so I ran up to it. A Sith patrol was approaching from the other side, getting ready to board. When they saw me, they all pulled their blasters. But it takes more than a dozen armed Sith soldiers to slow me down.
You were pretty easy to slow down inside the dueling ring.
Well, to tell the truth, they didn't actually take the Sith out. A building fell on them. A chunk of building, actually, from the bombing. Crushed the whole bunch of them. Very messy. So there I was, all alone and standing by this empty evacuation ship. I climbed on board, overrode the autopilot controls, and lifted off into orbit. The ship had all the Sith launch codes programmed in, so I didn't have to worry about being blasted from the sky. I just played it cool and tried to fly casual. In the confusion of the bombing, nobody paid any attention to my one little ship slipping away from the fleet. Once I was out of scanner range, I knew I was home free.
So what are you doing here?
I've decided to become a mercenary. Came here looking for work. I heard the Republic was hiring. But they weren't interested in me. Guess I made a mistake by telling them who I was. They'd heard of me. Seems like everybody's heard of me. The legend of Deadeye Duncan. The worst duelist of all time. Spread far and wide across the galaxy. Makes it hard to earn a living, you know?
Why is the Republic hiring mercenaries?
I have no idea. All I know is that if I don't find some way to shake my reputation soon, I'm gonna have to find another line of work. It's too bad. Hey, wait a minute. You're a Jedi now, so you probably won't be doing much dueling anymore, right? So the name Mysterious Stranger probably won't be much use to you anymore, right? So, can I have it? I mean, if everyone's heard of Deadeye Duncan, then they probably heard of the Mysterious Stranger, but nobody knows anything about you except the name. You could be anybody. Man, woman, me.
You want to tell them that you're the champion?
If I say I'm the Mysterious Stranger, who's gonna know? There'll be celebrity tours, maybe some endorsements. I could milk this thing for months. Well, right up until people see me fight. What do you say? Fame? Celebrity? You don't need that. You're a Jedi. But I'm just a guy trying to earn a living. Come on, give me a break.
Okay, the name is yours. I like you, Deadeye Duncan. Or, you know, Mysterious Stranger.
Really? You mean it? Oh, this is great. No more jokes, no more snickering. When I tell people I'm the Mysterious Stranger, they'll finally treat me with respect. Thanks a lot, stranger. Oops, guess I shouldn't call you that now. People will think I'm talking to myself. Anyway, I should be going. I'm heading off planet to look for work. Shouldn't be too hard now that I'm the Taris duel champion. It's good seeing you again, and thanks.
And we got some light side points for that. Awesome. I'm not quite sure why this meeting with Deadeye Duncan was cut from the game. I'm not quite sure what BioWare's line of thinking was when they decided not to put it in the final product, but I'm glad it's been restored in the restoration mod, because it was always something I wanted to see, and that was my first time ever experiencing the Deadeye Duncan meeting in my own game as opposed to watching it online. So let's go down here, because we need to try and get a certain side quest set up so I can start going to other planets to do the tasks involved. Let's just skip everyone here for now, because I know I can talk to them anytime when I come back. Let's go through here. Right, we need to talk to you because I don't think we can get through here. No, we can't. Okay, let's talk to you then. Pathetic laws of pathetic fish don't concern me. Oh, it's fantastic. What are the rules exactly? How can you be neutral when the Sith are trying to conquer everything? That seems awfully short-sighted. I don't need to pay the docking fee.
The Jedi Council wouldn't approve, but they always were a little stodgy about using the Force on people. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's what I think of your neutrality. So yeah, the way Manaan works, they have an interesting political setup where they're neutral to everybody. So they're neutral to the Republic and they're neutral to the Sith. And that's essentially how Manaan works. They're very much neutral. They don't want to side with any particular faction. They just want to be as comfortable as possible. So I think I need to go this way to find who I'm looking for.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
And despite all that neutrality, the Republic and the Stiff... the Stiff? What am I saying? The Republic and the Sith are still at each other's throats. And I think it's you I need to talk to. Hello. That's a rather strange greeting. Answers? Answers to what? Who are you? Seni Vet gave me a message to see you. He gave me this data pad. It mentions the GenoHaradan. Ah, okay, I have to remove my party members, that's fine. So, you tried talking to Hulas about the GenoHaradan, but he claimed not to know anything. Maybe he will speak to you if you leave the rest of your party back in the Ebon Hawk. Okay, Calf, Jolie, go away. Let's talk to you again then. Seni Vet gave me a message to see you. I've never heard of you. I understand. I will preserve the secrecy of your order. How does anybody hire you if nobody knows you exist? What does this have to do with me? How will killing innocent people help the Republic? This is a little hard to believe. What's in this for me? Okay, what do I have to do to join? I'm ready to prove myself worthy of the GenoHaradan. What happens if I tell someone about this? I understand. Who is my target? Tell me about Zulan Centaur. Tell me about Lorgal. Is there anything else? Right then, so as one of the targets is actually on Manaan right now, we could actually go and deal with him. So let's get Carth and Jolie back. Now, the GenoHaradan quest is essentially a dark...
So, Jolie, you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc.
Okay, old man, you lost me there. You trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic. Most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces.
If you feel that way, why did you come with us?
Malak is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually, it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do, and we try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years, and if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malak. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
Okay, that was an interesting conversation between Carth and Jolie that I completely forgot was a thing, to be honest. So, as I was saying before I was interrupted, the GenoHaradan stuff is essentially a dark-sided side quest that if you take part in all of the assassinations, you get a lot of dark side points, but you do get a lot of really good rewards out of it. What I have done is I've downloaded a few mods related to the GenoHaradan stuff that allows for pacifist options to be taken instead of just outright murdering them, and I'm going to try and use that as often as I can because that would be preferable for me. And there is another mod I downloaded with it which makes that first Twi'lek person, you know, Senivek, makes him come back later on in the game, because in the vanilla game he doesn't come back. Hopefully these two mods are actually compatible with each other, because if not, that's going to be rather annoying. Anyway, let's talk to you.
Welcome to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
I am on a mission from the Jedi Council. Perhaps you can help me with it.
Oh, of course. Of course I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council.
I seek a star map, the remnant of an ancient and forgotten race.
An ancient and forgotten race? And you think it may be here on Manaan?
You know something?
Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first.
You want to tell me?
Don't think you can manipulate me, Jedi. The Republic Diplomatic Corps has to deal with the Sith all the time, so we're very resistant to mental influence. Your only real choice is to help me so I can help you.
What do you want me to do?
We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Phoraxan sharks, but while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
Where is the droid?
It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do.
How do I get in the Sith base?
There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far.
Is there another way?
We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for pass cards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way.
Is there another way?
The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
I always go for option number 3 because it is the easiest one. I think I'll raid the landing bay.
You'll need luck for that one. Odds are they have some pretty strong guards in there, but it's also the way most likely to succeed. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
Awesome, so now we can get access to the Republic Embassy. And here is the prisoner, Lorgal, whose name is very hard to see. There's the Sith prisoner who we are not going to talk to. So let's talk to Lorgal. Liberator, you're nothing but a murderer. Yeah, it's not the same. You kill civilians and children. I don't want to kill you, Lorgal, but there are people out there who do. People who can get in here through the energy cage. You will do as I say. That's right. And if you don't do as I wish, I'll become angry and use my magic. I can fake your death in here, and the Republic will take you away. Will you be able to escape? Okay. Tell me what you're planning. No, that's not good. This is where the mod comes in that actually gives you light-sided options, because normally the only option I'd have for Lorgal would be to kill him in his force cage. So we're going to fake his death using the force. Okay, that's an interesting cutscene that's been programmed in thanks to the mod. And we got light side points for that. So it's pretty cool that I can now get light side points for the GenoHaradan stuff. Here's the computer
So you're the
room.
one who's going to try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're going to need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
Terminal sequences?
The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. Well, the second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Yeah, well, we're not even going to do that, so go away. Anyway, we've killed Lorgal. You know, killed. So let's go back to our Hulas friend and talk to him once I've removed Karth and Jolie, because I have to be on my own for this. Right, who last? I've dealt with one of them. Lorgao is dead. Ooh, a poison vibroblade. That'll be good for Zalbar or Canderous, one of the two. Tell me about Vaughn Dasarad. Any tips for this mission? Tell me about Rulan Prolik. So how do I find someone who could look like anyone? And tell me about Ifarak Guldar. These are strange names. Sure, I'll just tell him I want to kill his boss and book an appointment. Is there anything else? I have some questions about the GenoHaradan. Who formed this guild? Where did it begin? Tell me more about the GenoHaradan. Why haven't the GenoHaradan assassinated Malak? Do the Jedi Order know about your guild? I don't have any other questions. I'll be back later. And there we go. So what I'm going to do before I finish off with this part is I'm going to go and find I'm going to go and find this one other person on Manaan, because that would be rather useful, and then in the next part we can carry on with the GenoHaradan stuff before we focus entirely on Manaan, because it's, I like to make sure that I get all this stuff done before I get too involved with Manaan for various reasons. And I think I need to go this way. No, it's not this way. Okay, I misremembered. Because I completely forgot which way to go. It's actually this way, so let's go. And I will get Carth and Jolie back with me in a moment.
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
You can have your credits when you take them from my cold, dead hand.
You talk big, but remember what we did to Taris. Maybe you're next on our list.
And surprisingly, I don't get dark side points for that. Anyway, I believe I have to go this way. Yes, I do. Awesome. So let's go in here and we talk to this person in the swoop track. And we will do this swoop track eventually, but I'm not going to do it right now. So Vec. You're not the same as Seni Vec, are you? You're a completely different Twi'lek. I need to meet with Ifarak Guldar. Can you set it up? I represent a wealthy buyer from Coruscant.
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Tong hai tuam gigi yumalith pa ang yinkotu.
Okay, so that's Vex sorted out. So what I'm going to do now is transit back to the Ebon Hawk and go to where we need to be. So I will see you in a moment's time.
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachi chu ay thaodonga. Tong hai tuam gigi yumalith pa ang yinkotu.
My business with the Thorak is private.
Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Kachi chu ay thaodonga.
Personal feelings? Do you mean you don't like a Thorak?
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Rundi haudonga kuhungabi.
You should quit on him right now. Leave and find another job.
Tong hai tuam gigi yumalith pa ang yinkotu. Kachi chu ay thaodonga. Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Tong hai tuam gigi yumalith pa ang yinkotu.
Okay, so Vec is going to bugger off, which is useful. And one annoying thing about Manaan is this. Oh wait, no, it's not this. Okay. I thought he was going to trigger something else. I was sent to kill you, Thorak, but I want to let you live. The GenoHaradan want you dead, Thorak. Wait, we don't need to fight. If Hulas thinks you're dead, then you can go free. If I tell Hulas I killed you, will you be able to fake your own death? And there we go. Hulas is dealt with. So where are we? Oh, we're nearly fully maxed out on the light side scale, which is rather handy. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for now, and then what we'll do in the next part is carry on with the GenoHaradan side quest by travelling to a range of different planets that we've already been to, and that will also give us an opportunity to get rid of the stowaway who's chilling in the Ebon Hawk once we go back to Dantooine. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.